Figure your maximum heart rate.
He said it was free.
I like to think that your maximum heart rate is the rate at which your heart's going to blow up. That's really not true. But it is, you correct me if I'm wrong, Trish, but it is a rate in which if you got your heart rate up to this and if you kept it there for a while, you're probably going to experience a major medical event.
You will feel like your heart rate.
So that you wouldn't want to stay up there, and they've been conservative when they've kind of identified what your maximum heart rate is, but that's the intent. You don't want to be getting up that high.
220 minus your age.
220 minus your age is the easiest way to do it. There are more sophisticated ways to do it, but this is pretty accurate.
My maximum heart rate is 167.
Oh, so that's your heart. That's your maximum heart rate.
Heart rate. Okay, so what we're going to figure out here is your heart rate reserve.
Yep.
37.
So you've got your maximum heart rate. Now we're going to subtract. You're going to subtract your resting heart rate. Okay. So for me, it's 177, because that's my maximum heart rate, minus, I think I was around 60.
I'm 95.
So we do minus what?
Yeah, 220 minus your age.
And then we still subtract your rest.
Minus your resting heart rate?
Okay, then what does that give you?
That gives you your heart rate reserve, Gary, and I'm going to tell you what your heart rate reserve is.
Okay.
Let's say here you are at rest, 60 beats per minute. Okay? And here you are with your heart blowing up, right? The reserve is what you've got in between. So when you're sitting there doing nothing, your heart's beating 60 beats per minute. What you've got in between is how much activity you can tolerate, that old heart of yours can tolerate before it blows up. That's kind of an ugly way to say it, but here's where it's going to cap out. Here's where it is just functioning at bottom baseline measure. So you've got all this room within which to work. That's where exercise happens. And that's what you want to do. You want to get your heart rate up around in here. That's the reserve. That's your reserve tank. So that's what you got left over after your heart's already beating and keeping blood flowing and stuff. So what we're going to do in order to figure out your target heart rate range is we're going to figure out percentages of your heart rate reserve. So I want you to take the resting heart rate from your maximum heart rate. And that should be your heart rate reserve.
Okay, now, resting heart rate.
Me a pencil.
What in the ratio?
78.
Sorry. Well, Linda brought extra one.
That's just your heart rate reserve.
There's more in my office.
That's okay.
I
No,
just
don't worry
grabbed
about
a
it. I'll get it later.
Okay.
I've got all this stuff written down.
Everybody with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where are we stuck?
What did you say on what are we doing now? Resting heart rate?
We're figuring out your heart rate reserve. So that's
Oh, okay, I did that.
okay.
I think I can have
All right.
more shit.
I don't think I better not. What did you say?
Okay. So we're taking your heart rate reserve. How many of you are going to want to exercise at a low intensity?
I'm already doing it.
What's that?
I'm already doing high intensity.
Okay. Low intensity is 50. I don't know why my pen's not right here. 50 to 60% of your heart rate reserve. Okay. So we're going to take your heart rate reserve. Mine was, let's say, 115. And I'm going to multiply by 0.5. That's 50%.
Yeah.
Well, I had two up here, done.
Grab one out of my office.
So one's 50, 60, other's 60, 70.
And when you get that, here it is.
No, what is it?
So if your heart rate
This is
reserve
your
is
heart,
104,
your workout. Low
Then what do you
intensity is
do?
50, 60%.
104 times 0.5.
70%.
I got it.
70 to 85%.
That's for low intensity.
This is for low intensity.
but that's,
So what you
Wait,
do
it'll
is
show
get your
you the-
reserve.
This is Becky's.
Then
104
you're gonna
heart
add
rate
it back to
reserve
your
times
rest.
0.5
Yeah, and that's where you got
is
it.
what? 62 or 52?
104 times what?
Yeah.
It's glare by
Point
Times
five.
0.5.
Give me 52.
We're taking 50% of that 104 of that heart rate reserve.
52.
Yeah.
Okay, so 0.5 times that
52.
52, right?
52.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to do 104 times 0.6. Okay.
and that's a medium.
This is the low intensity because we're getting a range
Still
here.
low?
So
Okay.
then we're doing the lower end of the range and here's the higher end of the range.
Now, what did you come up with?
Okay, go ahead.
Anybody got that?
84.
Heart rate
Okay.
reserve.
Half. Or is that all of it?
That's 220.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one more step in this process.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna add our resting heart rate
Resting
back
heart
on.
rate to it.
So,
220 minus your range.
Okay,
Okay,
so
you
take
got
your
it.
84 or your top
You got
number, I mean your
52.
lower number,
Okay, my monitor.
and add your resting heart rate back to it.
The resting heart rate is 60.
Okay, so your lower end of your range then is gonna be
No, okay, so you take
Okay.
9.
112.
Yeah.
The higher end of your
My
range
reserve.
is gonna be 84 plus
You got a
60.
calculator?
It's
I'll
145.
help you do
Okay.
yours. Take 92 times 60%.
So, to work at a low intensity level, for you Becky, because this was your heart rate reserve,
92 times
Your-
60
your beats per minute should fall within this
92
range.
times
But I do high
0.60.
intensity.
That's
Okay, we'll do moderate next,
Oh, okay.
and then we'll do,
Hold your horses back.
0.60 equals
yeah. So,
55.
every-
You take 92
if you're not
times
there, because I want you to
0.70.
know what your target range is, so even if we have to stop and work individually afterwards,
60.
that's fine. But I want you to know what your target
So
range is.
here's
Okay, so
my
now
resting heart rate, 66.
The
6,
median
5,
is 60 to
11,
70%.
121.
Moderate activity
Remember, that's
67.
low intensity.
no.
No, I'm
he did the
I did the
moderate.
moderate.
Okay.
12.
He's
Okay.
just now doing the moderate.
Yeah, he has done moderate.
Well, I know
You
what
got
it's
ahead.
done. You can figure it.
You got ahead.
You just go 60 or 70% of your resting.
So,
Yeah.
so on this one,
We
take
want
your
low-
heart
we
rate
want
reserve
lower moderate.
We're, we all set them
times
for
0.6,
Got it?
heart rate reserve
You got it?
times 0.7.
That'd be about 48.
And then you're gonna add your resting heart rate back on
What's
each
your-
one of those.
You'll be 95.
Somebody throw me a number out.
Okay. And what's your resting heart rate?
All right. So 105, Andrea,
Okay, so you said 2,
0.6,
so you gotta do,
105,
you take that
times
percentage. You say you wanna do a low
7.
intensity,
You can do 0.5,
say
0.6.
48 to that.
Mhm.
Say for 11,
that's 63.
about 20. So you get your heart rate up to 120,
75.
low.
And your resting heart rate was what?
Okay.
What was
So-
Oh,
So I'm gonna take that 48 and add it.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
range.
here's what you do. So here's your resting heart
And my, I'm telling you,
Just
my
Dude,
range,
these
rate.
guys-
72.
mine's weird.
Okay, and then what you're doing is, this
on
your
moderate
heart rate
intensity,
right here, they reserve
Is
95.
155.
And you take
Lows
half
up
that,
at
that's
183.
47,
That's
really
dangerously
48.
close.
47.5. They choose 10, 74 is 11.
125.
120.
So that's
See,
your
my
range.
moderate's
So I
And
146,
then you can go 60%.
Your what now?
My
But y'all
moderate's
still low. So let's do,
146 to
yeah, let's do,
155.
Let's go, let's just go back.
yeah, do 60,
You're like, wait.
What's your maximum heart rate?
which is
183.
probably gonna be 58.
I'll say 95, no, what? You wanna do
What's your
moderate?
Resting
Resting
heart
heart
rate.
Okay,
low,
well, let's go, I'm
50,
going the whole
60.
95. See, really, if you go high on your low, you're at your
Yeah,
moderate
moderate,
level.
yeah.
So this is gonna tell you 95.
Well, this kind of illustrates a good point, and I hate to pick on you,
Do it.
but that demonstrates how, if you have a low resting heart rate, it shows how big a heart rate reserve you have left over, or the range within you can exercise. If you have a high resting heart rate, the indication is, it's not the case, so don't panic,
60.
but the indication is
Okay.
your heart's not real efficient in the way it's pushing blood around your system. And so it
So
would
it's
be.
telling you what to exercise.
So
It's
basically,
you
saying that
work
if you
out.
exercise and get
You
your heart
work
rate
out.
I want
down,
Anywhere
your resting
up to
heart rate down,
128.
that's a way to determine
It's
whether or
load
not you've been
factor.
effective.
When you
You can
do
get that
low,
resting heart rate
5
down
days a
and
week,
give yourself a larger reserve there.
30 minutes a day.
And it would also,
You can go to
you
the
know,
lower
clue you in.
moderate.
It's like, maybe there's
You could
something
go
that's causing, you know,
instead of
that
3 days.
freaking old
Fear.
shiner box causing my heart
Two.
rate to go up, you know,
Yeah.
giving me a false
Yeah,
reading.
an hour a
So
day.
moderate.
Or you could still get the high intensity work from 30
I just won't
minutes.
drink.
So in
Get
other
your heart
words, I
rate,
would
get it
want
up
to
to
run the
120
You
now.
you want to
for
throw
30
Mike
minutes.
off today or tomorrow, walk in there and say,
Different
now
body
what was my
has
target
starting
heart
out.
range?
You don't get that heart rate.
Oh, I'll do that.
Right.
I'll do
I
that.
like
Yeah,
now, do the lip.
that'd be,
I'll
Now
do
I
it.
barely
I know
get
you
my
like
heart
to
rate
do
I do that.
Up
I
to
do like
100.
do that.
and
20.
maintain it, and
I'll
how
get
So
long,
we're talking-
127, 140.
and how long do you maintain it?
You said, is that your heart rate reserve?
It doesn't do it right away. It takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
but
to
then
get it up.
once you're there, you're there.
Yeah.
So my moderate level, that's what I want to go for. I want to get my heart rate between 121 to 130, and I'd succeed in doing that.
Well, at least I can figure it, so.
I could get higher.
You're moderate, you're
Bust
moderate.
ass on that list. If I go down, good. I don't. Then it just. God,
See, my
I
low
just-
is 112, but we haven't done high yet.
So that's what you're going to
So high is that
right
gonna
now.
be?
So if you reach 120,
Point eight,
you're in the moderate level.
You're
Right,
thinking it was
right.
high? See, the higher your exercise, the target range is, that's the better. That's suggesting that you're gonna have to work harder
What is your moderate?
That's what I'm
to
saying.
get a benefit. You don't like that?
That's what I'm saying.
I really like it a little too much.
I'm gonna have to get
Jason's
my
like,
heart rate
these
Let him
up.
figure it.
These numbers suck.
It is?
He took my.
Mine are,
So
yeah.
that's moderate for Jason.
For me, for
Yeah,
moderate.
145 and 150.
Oh, yeah.
50 beats a minute.
She's like, my moderate's 121 to 130.
But he's 38 years old and you're not. That's part of that too.
Well,
Because that's why his heart rate.
somewhat, not really.
I think
really,
just for
Linda.
grins, we need to do Tina's now.
Yeah, really.
No,
Yeah,
it's really
because none
not.
of these numbers had anything to do
It
with
doesn't have anything
age.
to do with age.
But his heart rate
What's your-
being as
What's
high
your
as
max
it
heart
It
rate?
doesn't have anything to do with age.
Yeah.
My heart rate was 66.
His is 90.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And
that's,
your
age doesn't have
heart
any,
rate?
isn't that right? It
Well,
doesn't.
it does,
The good thing
because you're
about it is
taking
just by
220
sitting
is
here
the,
and getting
Yeah,
low,
220 minus
determining
your
number,
age.
subtracting your
Exercise
age, and that's
Yeah.
how you get your heart rate.
Yeah.
reserve.
Yeah.
Maximum heart
Yeah,
rate.
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
And it
that's
does land
right.
backwards.
Yeah.
Good point. That's right.
Did you do that? That's what your heart
What's
rate.
that?
Derek, that's a good thing about
Okay.
my heart rate at rest being
But then-
90.
and then
It's like
you
I'm
just
already at the
multiply
low exercise almost.
Your exercise is sitting there.
Getting low intensity right there, just drinking that beer.
Oh, yeah.
So he really is.
Yeah, this is
I
exercise.
did 12 hours of low.
It takes me 30 minutes on treadmill to
To get
get
to
what
90.
you get just sitting there on your
Yeah.
foot.
All right. Does everybody feel comfortable with what the range is? And does everybody feel comfortable knowing how many coronary risk factors?
Well,
Yep.
for high, are you multiplying it 0.7 or
0.7 by 0.85.
Oh, man, that would be,
0.85.
Jesus.
Below your heart.
You want to see what, it's like,
I'm looking at those numbers, I think that can't be right.
okay, high intensity.
Heart rate reserve is 124. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, my
So we're
heart
going
rate
to
reserve.
124 times
See,
0.7,
Indy, they're-
124 times
high intensity.
0.85, and I'm going to go ahead and
High
add the
intensity is
66 back on there.
70, well, it'd be 130,
Who is this?
it'd be
This is Tina.
132.85, so I've got, should I forgot to do it now.
Is that,
Yeah, you take 92, yeah, that's it.
you take
92
your
times
heart rate.
0.85
Her high is 171.
equals
Derek,
79.
At one-